I remember back in early 2011 when the swell behind Friendship is Magic was getting like really, really big to a point where it was everywhere. It was at that point when it had just permeated the conscience of everyday people with between the general brony movement, period, the onslaught of fan works. It became a thing you couldn't ignore, and between all of the stuff you couldn't ignore and the facts on the table is this is a joint by Lauren Faust. You can't ignore that. She creates amazing work, and I am still a fan of. And that alone, her stamp on the show was the reason I gave it a try. I was willing to open myself up because it's like it wasn't nothing strange. Like, look at the other stuff that I review on a daily basis, stuff for kids. It's like, well, it's like it's a show marketed to girls that sell pony toys, and I'm like, well, if the internet going this dumpster about it, the least I can do is investigate it and figure out what the deal is. And it started this long trek down everything that led us to where we are right now. All of the fan works, all of the remixes, Derpygate, Ask Princess Molestia, you name it, I've seen it. And I mean, if you name it, I've seen it. And we will leave the discussion right there, regardless of that. I'm really glad that, I decided, to step by myself, because I wanted to, I was thinking about doing something about reviewing the episodes for the season, but I was trying to figure out, like, how could you, if it can, and if X-Aid, Q Ranger, and Ruby prove that I can get the job done, then reviewing 26 episodes of Pony and a movie later this year and whatever the hell comes out of Equestria Girls this year shouldn't be that hard. But I'm glad that given the 2 episodes that were put up that start out this season is that this show for the past 7 seasons has been going in this circular motion of this growth of one particular purple pony named Twilight Sparkle, and we have watched her grow from the girl who couldn't get her head off the books to the princess of friendship, and that's a lot of growth, and that took 3 seasons, and even given when I think about that, where that was a place where the show could have naturally ended, because when I honestly think about that, it's like, that's where I think, honestly, where the show was supposed to end. Twilight gets her head out of her books and out of her ass, learns about friendship, makes friends, becomes princess of friendship, the end. Surprisingly enough, even given what you always figured was the plan anyway, the show got better. Which is strange when you think about it, because when you think that the show has a point from A to B, it'll fill in this blank and it's about the journey, but then you get to the destination. But then you realize the destination isn't the destination anymore, and then you continue to walk and realize that this journey is still amazing, something to watch. So I don't know. Is that, like I said up here, like, before I hit record on this, something I went back and did. But I made a post on Dream Cancel, like, back, like, right as I had, like, got season 1 and started watching it and stuff, just to, like, put myself back in that mind space where I was open enough to sit down and watch the show and do all that to get to where we are now. I'm like, I'm not embarrassed to say that for a nice moment, I was entrenched in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I was always a part of the discussions over there on website that shall not be named because you don't pay me, but I was over there. I was over there in the community, over there in the episode, discussing it with like-minded people because it was a show that I was deeply into, and it was good to have a space to discuss that with like-minded folk. I miss those times, dude. I miss those times, I do, because those were some fantastic times. And it's like, and again, it's like, I know this sounds like off the wall and random and everything, but given everything that I've been through with this franchise to where we gotten to now, it's like, yo, I'm like, you got Dirt Brigade, you got Ash Princess Molestia. What the hell happened to fighting this magic? All the fan works over the years. We can talk about friendship as witchcraft and on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But because again, like I said earlier, I sat back and was trying to like figure out like, can I do this? Can I successfully go at this show every week and give a decent review? And I feel that given, like I said, my past history, that, yeah, this is something I can definitely pull off. Like, this is something I can do. So, how about enough of the backstory to how we got to this point and how it all weaves and intertwines with how this episode is, and let's just go with a damn review. This was a two-parter, and for the first time ever, this is not a two-part episode, but two separate episodes. But they have a similar flow and vibe because Celestial Advice is the episode where you get it now. Where Twilight Sparkle has at this point come full circle. Remember, Pony had her head in her books, head up her ass. Didn't know anything about anything. Met some ponies, Pinkie Pie's best pony. Became friends, fought some bad guys, converted some bad people to the good side, ultimately became Princess of Friendship, continued shooting Hadoukens and Kamehamehas of magical waves at things and drop kicking stuff because that happened one episode, to get to the point where last season was all about the growth of when the student becomes the teacher. With her interaction with Starlight Glimmer and how they were trying to play that up and how you could make your comparisons to Best Human, but we will discuss that at another time, is Celestial Vice was the episode where I feel that this show, when it comes to Twilight Sparkle, it's worked full circle. We've come full circle on the character. It's like anything you do at this point with this character, it's superlative, it's bonus game shit. Because the character has come full circle. The student has become the teacher. But the teacher had to ask the original teacher. And even given that she asked the original teacher, is that something that both episodes did that I greatly appreciate, is that the show has always been semi-aware of the thing that it created. There were some instances in Celestial Advice, especially that one part where Celestia just like where Twilight says where Twilight uses Celestia as cause see what? Let me see, because if you use Celestia in that way, that would be describing a noun. So using Celestia as an adjective. I'm like, you can find using Celestia as an adjective, as a descriptive verb, as an adverb, lolly, 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 get your adverbs here, all of that. For her to look at it just be like, word? And I died laughing because the show has always been like on top of things, but that little mini thing right there, we turned a brand new corner, and it's just like, it's like Celestia was the queen of that episode, because that look that she gave Spike when she was like y'all ain't sending her away, and she like cut her eyes at that boy. She just like if you say something else, I'll make your ass disappear. I died. I'm just like, yo. But it was like, even given all of that, is that, again, like I said, it was an episode that truly showed the arc of this show, that this purple little princess, remember, the purple princess now, who used to be a bookworm with her head in the book and her head in her ass, becomes the Princess of Friendship, has fully come full circle as the teacher that has to let her student go. The cycle repeats itself. And that was pretty much the episode, because all the rest of the episode was just cleanup of the finale of season 6. So, you know what I'm saying? Discord doing Discord thing. Discord is the best character in the show because, you know, John Delancey, but still. That was Celestial Advice, just in a nutshell. That show has come full circle. All bottled up is where we start to see more Starlight growth, because it's like we had Starlight season 5. You know what I'm saying? When we met her, ain't the character that she is now in season 7. It's like, because the thing is that I didn't have a review to really talk about this, because I think I may have talked about it a little bit in an installment of the Cool, about how they took a character like Starlight and they was able to really like straight get her over on the fan base, get her over as a character, and the show does it and it works. It's like her being a proxy for Sunset Shimmer, it works. And I don't know if the show was doing that on purpose, where in Equestria Girls, they sped up this process a bit. They sped up the whole student become teacher thing process a whole lot quicker. Twilight goes over there to human being world. Evil best human. You know what I'm saying? All that. Convinces her to be friends. Come back, does that. Then Satwa, as the streets call her, is now London Under Sunset. So they get that over real quick. And it's like, the thing is that while I appreciate that they wish to use Starlight as their proxy for Sunset Shimmer, is that they are different enough characters where, you know what I'm saying, similar backstory of, I used to do this bad thing, but you know, we good now. That's fine and dandy. And it's like, I appreciate that, you know, that as a fan that delves into both things, that I appreciate that I can see that. But it's enough separated to where one doesn't affect the other, and it probably never will. Regardless of that, All Bottled Up is a great episode because it's more of, you know, of the Starlight Glimmer focus, because she's becoming the focal point of this show, because it's like the main 6 have done it all. It's like they all they do every year is win the chip. All they do is win the chip, and it's like now they trying to sit up here and they have successfully gotten Starlight Glimmer completely, utterly over. They've done this. I'm like, Trixie was a cool character, but teaming her up with Starlight gave her a brand new dimension to her character. The things they doing with the changelings are super cool, and Discord is Discord. And it's like this weird little mashup of things that you think wouldn't make sense, don't make sense. Oh my God, is this really happening? And it works as this weird dynamic. It's that again. The dynamic between Starlight and Trixie, it's a working thing. You take a character who before she had the dynamic with Starlight Glimmer, she was always a character that was portrayed as trying to chase Twilight, and it's like, you are not catching the main character. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. It's not happening. Chill out. With this dynamic, you give a character who really didn't have much other than her revenge against the person who originally did her dirty. And now you have this dynamic where they are close best friends. Hell, Trixie says she loved her. And they're not like in a whole lesbian way, because we can get into a Rainbow Dash discussion if you wanna. But Trixie is not the same character who's the great and powerful Trixie. She is that character. But she's not that character because it isn't that we see the point and the whole overarching thing of the show. Friendship changes people. Remember, Purple Pony, heads in books, heads up ass, become princess of friendship, student becomes teacher. Booyah. Friendship can do wondrous things. Oh, and by the way, Holy Mother said ponies have genitals or something. Go look that up on Twitter. But All Bottled Up, like I said, was a great episode, so it was cool, but if what they are going for, and I don't really think that it's really gonna be all focus all the time on Starlight Glimmer, because unless they finna do a spinoff, which at this juncture wouldn't surprise me at all, is we gonna get back to normal. But again, like I said, the show did a great job last season of getting the point across of how the student has become the teacher. And you have the most unlikeliest student who has grown in her own way to create her own friendships for the cycle to begin again. Because one day, we may not ever see it in the show, but Starlight will then become the teacher. And she will teach some up and coming pony that friendship is magic. Because it indeed is. It indeed is. Told you I could do it. Oh yeah, and Spike the God. Like, he showed up both episodes. Multiple times. The dragon putting in work. Let me just, because I didn't want to say that in this review and forget to say that. Spike put in major work. I'm like, Spike has always been secretly this show's backbone. It's like, I always saw Spike as you are Spike. The viewer is Spike because he gets to sit back while he is Twilight's faithful right hand. Is that he's the eyes of what cynical people see the show as, because he just sit up here like he going through all this magical stuff. He just like, man, he Spike is the lamp from the Flintstones. It's a living, and I've always seen him as that character. And the way that the writing portrays it, it doesn't quite portray it like that, but that's what I picked up on over the years. And Spike ain't done nothing but grow. He has become a great character, just as the rest of these characters. Just because we did a lot of this focusing on the growth of Twilight Sparkle don't mean that Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Rarity, Applejack, and Rainbow Dash haven't grown too, because they have. Those are not those same characters that we met in the first episode. They're not. They're not the same characters. They are dynamic characters who we have spent years about. Characters who had dreams in the beginning, who have achieved them and are going on to do more. But ain't that what you want from characters that you love, that characters that you feel for? You want to see them grow. And this show, even given the shakeups and the changes and has done that successfully in a way that I love and respect. Is why I keep coming back. Because it's like, who knows what happened? I'd have worked that first episode and been, man, it's some fucking garbage, and just been done with it. But I didn't. Here we are, season 7, with a movie finna drop later this year, bruh. Just letting you know. So be expecting these every week. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, because the real reason why I decided to do this was because I miss Ruby, and not like that, but I missed having something to look forward to on the weekend to be like, yo, well, I know I'm gonna watch that. Well, let me spit some heat on it real quick. I miss that. Like, I get that through the week with X-Aid and with Q Ranger and whatever else I sprinkle through, but I needed some on the weekend, and I really think that, going through and, quickly, because it's like, there's not really a lot of fluff for me to go through to dissect through and look. Is that the show, when it gets complicated, is very complicated, but when the show is straightforward, I could probably hit a review 3, 4, 5 minutes tops. Yeah, the character did this, the character did that. Oh, that was funny as fuck. The end. And I can do that no sweat. Probably, maybe, possibly in my sleep. But yeah, that is this 2-parter, and we'll be back next week. And the week after, and then when they take a break, and then we do that, and then I fill it up, and then we do that, and we repeat ourselves. And if you are wondering and pondering the question, why not Ninja Steel? Watch Ninja Steel. Exactly my point. But yo, we go ahead and get up out of here. Thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. I got plans. I do. I got plans. And those plans revolve me actually doing something and opening a box. Well, not a box that you're going to see me record and open a box, but I bought something. I need to open the box and take the contents out the box so that I can do something with the things that with the contents of the box and actually do something with it so I can put some work in. So how about that? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get up out of here. You know what it is. It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And yes, indeed, friendship is magic.